Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Peace, Love, Joy, and Bliss Transformation Show. I am your hostess, Donna Whittington, and I'm so excited tonight. I've got a very special guest all the way from the Hawaiian Islands. Her name is Dawn Crystal, and Dawn is joining us tonight on the show. And before I bring her on, I really just want to give you a little bit of background on Dawn, and because I believe you are going to find this show fascinating. We are going to have such an amazing show tonight. And of course, you can ask your questions right directly in the chat. So we will do that. So let me bring up some information here on Dawn, and then we'll get started. I'll bring her up on the show. So my guest, my lovely guest here, Dawn Crystal. She is a recognized voice sound healer. She has a respected intuitive life. She's a respected intuitive life coach, soul reader, pain release expert. She is known as a leading transformational specialist, incorporating ancient wisdom for the modern day success. Dawn is passionate about helping people clear emotional and physical blockages so they can manifest from their higher self, step into their full potential, and lead their lives and businesses in a way that align effectively with their soul's purpose. Dawn helps her clients to quickly release themselves from pain, emotionally and physically, and is an active mentor for entrepreneurs, CEOs, celebrities, helping everyone from the highest professional levels to the stay-at-home mom. She participates regularly on global telesummits, radio shows, and podcasts. Dawn was recently interviewed on the Today Show, Dr. Oz, Rachel Ray, and of course the Vuix, and many others. Dawn's unique sound healing CD is purchased by clients around the globe, and she is available on both phone and Skype, as well as telesummits. So without further ado, let me bring up Dawn Crystal so that we can have an amazing discussion with her. Hello, Dawn.
A big aloha to you, Donna. Thank you so much for having me here today. I'm so grateful. Thank you.
You are very welcome. Of course, thank you for being here with us tonight. And of course, coming from the big, beautiful islands, are you on the big island?
Right now, I'm on my way back to Maui, but I'm actually on Oahu. So I'm just in between my travels right now. So absolutely. We're only like maybe 45-minute plane ride back to Maui.
Okay.
So I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
Well, you're very welcome. So again, I'm very excited to have you on the show and to hear you work with us tonight. So since I went ahead and introduced you, I'm just wondering, is there anything that I might have left out? Is there anything that you want to add before we get started?
I think you summed it up very well. I work with everybody from us human beings, women, men. I also work with animals and children. So I just kind of work with everybody who feels that I'm the right person to share my gifts with. So I'm very delighted to maybe do a little group process with everyone tonight.
That is fabulous. That is perfect. Because, we're definitely going to want to do a group process. We'll definitely get into that. And of course, folks can bring their questions and ask you for advice or whatever they need to ask. But we also, just so folks out there who are watching us live, we like to gear things towards relationships. And so we're going to get started with Dawn. Dawn, you and I had talked about you doing a process for us. So what I want to do is I am going to put you on the big screen and I will let you do an exercise for us. I know it's a time for us now in this world where we can all use some grounding. So I'm going to let you take over and let you do that process.
Wonderful. Well, welcome everybody here this evening or today, wherever you are on the planet. Again, I'm Dawn Crystal, and I'm going to do a little bit of a sound activation. And since we've had a lot of chaos going on within the last week or so, I want to just bring in some sound today, and that will be a sound of more peace and basically just activating us on all levels to be more grounded in our physical bodies. So the sound that comes through me is channeled from whatever you believe. I say God or source. I'm a very clear channel. So everybody listening to this live or in the future will receive energy as long as Donna has this video active. And today what I'd like to do is just give you a little bit of taste of what I do. Most of my shows are done by Skype or phone. But anyway, I usually move around a lot, and today I don't need to move too much to do the sound activation that I'm going to start with. So I do very simple. I'll just kind of have you put your attention to certain areas of your body, and we're going to start right here at the top of your head, which is going to be a crown chakra activation. And I will guide you, everybody here, to go down the different chakras of the body, and we're just going to activate and kind of bring in more peace, stability, and grounding into our physical bodies. That's what my sound does. And actually that will help us relax more and not be so sensitive to other people's energy around us, especially a lot of people who are feeling the uncertainty of everything that's going around on our planet right now in our world. So I think if we can add a little sound and peace to all of us, I think it will greatly help all of us here. So, yeah, I'm going to start. So everybody, to the best of your ability, I just want you to put your focus right at the top of your crown chakra. And I'm just going to make a little sound. And you might see me go, whoop, and that's going to be me just kind of clearing you off. And if you hear some weird noises, just know that's how I work. And that's called moving energy with sound. And I do that that's just normally how God or source trained me. So everybody, let's go ahead and just put our focus right here. And I'm going to make a little sound and just receive that. And if the sound comes muffled on here, it's okay. It doesn't have to be studio quality in order for you to receive these healing frequencies. So everybody who is open, please know that this is your highest good happening. And this is what you're ready for. And you're here for no coincidence to receive this. So let's go ahead and start with the first activation right here on the top of our head with the sound. I'm going to make a little pop. That's clearing people. And I'm moving this energy for everybody, not just myself. Okay, I want everybody to take a deep breath. Okay, you may feel it or not. It just depends on how busy your mind is now. So if you come back to this replay, you will receive it. You probably might even feel more peace and calm towards the end of your day, because a lot of times I do radio shows and people are busy on their way right after the show, and they don't really have time to really feel it. So I do get a lot of response or emails from people afterwards who will send me an email saying that, wow, I just felt this big surge of peace or whatever came through me. And it was from your activation that you did earlier in the day that I guess I just wasn't open to receiving at that moment. So please know that you will receive it if it is for your highest good. Okay, let's go to the middle of our forehead, which is the third eye. And I'm going to do a little activation there. So just put your attention right there. And let's begin that next activation right now. clears everybody's third eye. Take a deep breath. And I want to mention these activations that I'm doing right now are actually here to open the chakras. Having our chakras flowing and clearing, I'm clearing them as well, will actually help you feel more peace in your body. And it's all about peace, feeling peace in your body right now these days, and not being so affected by the world is really the main thing. So let's go ahead and do our next throat. We're going to do the throat activation, which is right here in the middle of our throat. And a lot of us, just being in physical form, we have a tendency sometimes to hold back our words of what we really truly feel. And I always feel that, we can still speak our truth. We can speak it with love, but we do have a tendency to clog this little area of our body. And I have a lot of my clients have this issue where they're really just kind of clogged and they're coughing and just don't feel good here. So we're just going to do a little throat activation, everybody. So put your attention right there while I make some sound. Whew. Okay, take a deep breath, please. I need a drink of water. Okay, so that's our third chakra. Well, it's not the third chakra, but we're going the opposite way. So this is down at our throat chakra. So let's go down to the heart center. This is where we really need to expand our heart right now to bring in more love, more expansion through our being. So believe it or not, if we could keep ourselves centered in our heart chakra, we really raise our physical, energetic, bring our body, mind, and spirit together at a high vibration. We can actually shift and change consciousness, believe it or not, without even trying to do anything in this planet. If a person who's awake and actually can stay heart-centered could actually shift the consciousness of thousands of people that come around them. And right now, it could be so unconscious, but believe it or not, it does happen. And I live that way all the time. So just kind of know that just being heart-centered and always keeping ourselves at the highest vibration and not getting caught into the story, even though there's a lot of things going on in this planet right now. If we can really just stay more focused and grounded in ourselves, we'll keep our vibration higher. And believe it or not, that is going to be very healing for us at these times. Even though people may not know what they're feeling, a lot of people may even gravitate towards you and like to talk to you or share their stories. And it's because they're feeling your vibration of love. So a lot of energy is beyond our physical mind of trying to reason with it. But if we can really stay at a high vibration of truth and love, believe it or not, it's going to help everybody around us. And that actually has to start with us first in order for us to make changes on this planet. We don't have to be a big activist to make changes on this planet. We just need to be at love and stay at our vibration of the highest vibration we can hold in our physical form. Okay, so let's go ahead and put our attention there. I'm going to open up everybody's heart chakra. We're going to open up your heart chakra, and I want everybody into the best of their ability, imagine themselves opening their heart chakra, centering themselves with their higher self, whatever you believe, your soul, your God-present self. It's all good. It's all who we are. We're all true love. We just need to remember that in all levels. So we're going to open our heart chakra, and we're going to bring every age of yourself from when you're born in this lifetime to the age that you are here with us now, with us in the present moment, listening to this in the present moment now or in the future replay. It doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and do that now. And I'm going to open up our heart chakras with sound. If some people get teary-eyed during this activation, it is a reunion with your soul. And a lot of people do, because these heart chakra activations that I do are very deep. And it really brings you stronger into your truth and really who you truly be, which is love itself. So let's go ahead and begin the next activation, everybody, in our heart chakra, and just receive these sound activations right now. Let's begin the process. Beautiful. Let's take another deep breath on that, everybody. Okay. So now what we're going to do, we're going to bring our light. We're going to bring our light all the way. We're going to imagine this being a white stream of beautiful white divine light. God's light, divine source light. It doesn't matter. It's all the same. It's all love. We're going to bring it down now visually, the best to your ability, through your crown chakra, through your third eye, through the middle of your body. We're going to imagine that beautiful energy flowing all the way through your legs, and we're going to center it to the center of Mother Earth. First, we're going to bring it down to the tops of our feet, and then I'm going to do a little bit of a deeper grounding sound, bringing us down to the center of Mother Earth. So to the best of your ability, even if you're not visual, just know it's happening and know that it's your highest good to receive this. And if you feel peaceful now, it's great. If you don't feel anything, that is fine too. I can guarantee that you're going to feel it later today when you start unwinding and you can actually feel. So just receive this activation if you choose. If you don't, you can listen to it anyway. It's always your free will. And let's begin now the grounding process of light from our crown chakra all the way down to our full physical body. And we're going to end it right at the top of our feet. Okay. And then I will do the next second part of that in a moment. So let's begin that right now. Beautiful. I can see the group collective now in the future. Take 2 deep breaths, please, everybody. Let's take another deep breath. Now, some people might feel a tingling in their feet right now, and some people may just feel solid in their bodies on planet Earth. That is where we want to be at all times. Having our soul connection, our higher self, you might call it our life force energy in our physical bodies. And that basically helps our body stay calm. It helps our body stay centered. Even with everything else going around us, we can stay peaceful at all times. And also, it keeps our higher self or our soul or our life force energy in the body, which also helps you heal yourself naturally. I'm all about empowering people. So my job as a healer is really to help people ground in themselves. So I'm all about empowering. Once we learn how to really hold our vibration of the truth of who we are, which is total love itself, and we keep that in our bodies as much as we can, our bodies can actually take over as they were designed by God or source, whatever you believe, to take over the reins of our healing. And if you do have any issues going on, I'm known as a pain release expert worldwide. Today we're talking about relationships, but it can help in every aspect of your life, and also in creating more peace in your relationships. So people don't feel our tension. People feel peace around us. They want to be around us more. They want to be loving with us more. They want to do things more with us. And having our life force energy in our body actually attracts that more in our life. And it's all about attracting who we truly be. If we can stay who we truly be, which is love ourselves in our physical body, grounding our full energy of our soul or our source self or our life force energy into our physical bodies, we're going to create more of the life that we choose, which is more love in our life, more deeper relationships with people. And actually, if you're in a relationship now, by doing so, this will help strengthen your relationship with your significant other or your loved ones, because people are going to want to be around you more. They're not going to want to be on the cell phone or texting their friends. They're going to actually want to be around you, and and a lot of people, believe it or not, find you more interesting. And it just comes down to basic quality time with our families and our loved ones. So there's a whole big spectrum of things that can happen when we really learn how to ground this energy of who we truly are. I'm not bringing any energy that you're not. I'm actually just grounding your truth of who you really are, your soul, your source self, your life force energy into your body. And I train people who have sessions with me. I train the energy of our bodies to handle this. And it actually is a process, but it happens. So let's go one step further. We're at the top of our feet. I'd like to just ground us down to our beautiful center of loving Mother Earth. A lot of people I do come across do not want to be in their bodies. I know that we've had traumas. I work with people with traumas, and a lot of people are scared to be in their bodies. Loving Mother Earth is here to nurture us all. And we really need to know we're safe in our bodies, and we can actually ground our life force energies, live in our bodies 24 hours, 7 days a week, and feel good in our physical bodies. And we are safe. We are living in this physical body in this time of now, in this lifetime. And we really need to be in our physical bodies present in the present moment. And doing so, we can manifest things in our life quicker. Believe it or not, we can manifest more love in our life. We can manifest more money in our life. And this might be another show with you, Donna, in the future. But we can speed up the process of really manifestation of what we really truly desire in our life by really grounding our life force energy in the body. So this is a very significant process that we're doing in a very few minutes today during this call or on our show. So let's go ahead and do one step further. Let's put our attention to the tops of our feet, everybody. And I'm going to ground everybody's life force energy as you choose, or you can listen to it if you do not choose. And we're going to ground us all to the center of loving, nurturing Mother Earth. And let's do this last sound activation. And let's begin right now. Beautiful. These sounds that come through me are very ancient. People are amazed by these sounds. I'm so humbled by this gift that comes through me. I'm glad that I'm in this physical form looking the way I do, because these sounds are so beyond this planet. I'm just a vessel, pure truth. And these sounds are ancient. They just come through me, and I never know how long they last, what they sound like, except people say, Dawn, your sounds kind of sound the same. And I'm letting you know that each sound, every activation that I do is always a different frequency embedded underneath. And the universe, source, God, knows who's on the call right now or who's with us, and also knows who is going to be tuning into these replays in the future. So it's amazing.
Wow, Dawn, thank you for that. That was amazing. And as you were talking about the frequencies, and I'm sure those of us, who are watching right now, and those who will be watching, here in the future and for the replay, they're also going to feel those vibrations. You can feel them. And I was feeling them, and they were just very, very powerful. So, well, I want to ask you a couple of questions about your work, of course. And one of the questions I wanted to ask you is, and you touched on this just a little bit as well. Can your sound healing help bring more peace and harmony to our planet right now. It's what we are in need of. Oh, I think I might have lost your sound there, Dawn. And Dawn, let me ask you, are you hearing me? Thumbs up. So you're hearing me, okay. Not sure how we lost your sound. Check your settings. See if anything, I'm not sure how anything has changed. While you're doing that, I'm going to put a couple of comments on the page here. We've got some folks in the chat with us, with Dawn and I. And let's see. So, folks joining us. Thanks, Trinity. Namaste to you as well. And Darlene, of course, says big thank you. Thank you, Dawn. That was lovely. And of course, for those of you who are just joining, Angie, I see you just popped in. I can see that, I don't know if you heard or got the healing vibrations, the sound healing that Dawn was doing, but if you haven't, of course, you can always go back and watch the show, do the replay. And it's pretty awesome. I mean, that voice of hers is just amazing. And the frequencies that she's putting out, absolutely amazing. So yes, Angie, I think that's a big clap that you're giving. The emoji there. And of course, Georgia's in the house. Hey, Georgia, that was awesome. I am very mellow and peaceful right now after that. Yes, absolutely. Let me check back in with Dawn to see if we have audio again with her. Okay. I can still hear you. We can't hear you. I can hear you. I mean, I can't hear you. It looks like you can hear me. So you can hear me, but we cannot hear you. And Dawn, what I can have you do is you can drop off of the call and come right back in from that link in your Facebook email and see if that corrects the issue. Yeah, we cannot hear Dawn. We've lost her audio. So we're not sure. We got that lovely healing from her. And then we got no sound from her. So Dawn, would do this for me. I exit out of this call for me and then come right back in on the just come right back in on that link in your email. So while she's doing that, folks, I just want to thank you guys for joining us, and I really hope that you enjoyed listening to her amazing voice. It was pretty awesome. So while she comes back, just a little bit of background for those of you who are just kind of tuning in. Dawn, she's a recognized voice sound healer. She's a respected intuitive life coach, a soul reader, and a pain release expert. She is known as a leading transformation specialist, incorporating ancient wisdom and modern day success. She is passionate about helping people clear emotional and physical blockages so they can manifest from their higher self, step into their full potential, and lead lives and business in a way that align effectively with their soul's purpose. Dawn helps her clients quickly release themselves from pain, emotionally and physically, and is an active mentor for entrepreneurs. I can never say that word right. CEOs and celebrities, helping everyone from the highest professional level to the stay-at-home mom. She participates regularly on global telesummits, radio shows, podcasts, and Dawn was recently interviewed on the Today Show, Dr. Oz, Rachel Ray, and The View. So she's been on a lot of pretty amazing shows doing her sound healing and demonstrating to, how she can assist folks with that healing. And of course, Dawn, she's got CDs available for purchase as well. You can go to her website to purchase CDs. So, hey, Edie, how are you? Good friend from Colorado. She's joined us. And Edie, if you missed the first part of the show, my guest, I should at least bring her picture up, is Dawn Crystal. She is in Hawaii. She lives in Hawaii. And she's joining me tonight. She's having a little bit of audio difficulty. She performed this amazing vibrational sound healing technique for us. She did this great exercise for us on our chakras, took us from the root to the crown, and then we had no sound. So we're just waiting for her to hop back on and to get right back on the show with us, where she can join us again. So that is my lovely guest, Dawn Crystal. Again, amazing woman, and doing some amazing things with sound therapy, sound healing. And we were just getting ready to talk about healing ourselves and grounding for this time. There's a lot of energy, and I'm sure you are feeling it. We just had a new moon or a full moon, and lots of energies going around, lots of things happening. We've had events, with the hurricanes and earthquakes, and now we have this massive fire going on in California, and that's just some of the stuff happening in the United States. So there's so much more stuff going on around the world, and of course, last week on the show, we started off with a pause of silence for the tragedy in Las Vegas, and of course, sending love to the families and to everyone that was affected by the shooting that happened there at that concert. So, of course, we continue to extend our peace and love to those who were affected, including the family members who have lost, of course, loved ones, the first responders, the emergency personnel, the police officers, folks who were there at the concert who were also helping. We send lots of love, continued love to them. Yes. So let's make sure we're still doing that, and let's send some healing vibration to the folks in California who are battling out of control fires. And just last month, maybe last month? No, late August, probably about a month and a half ago, Mike and I were there with another couple in Northern California, right in that same area. We were in the wine country, enjoying such amazing food. We were on like a foodie trip, and now that place is just up in flames. And I've not heard of the places that where we were, the places that we stayed in Calistoga, and some of the places, the restaurants that we ate, if they were, if folks there were safe. So I hope so. I hope they can get that fire contained as soon as possible. Lots of Lots of devastation there in Northern California. So this was a timely show. We really need those energies to, we need to ground. We need to ground our energies so that we can get back to ourselves and moving forward on the planet. So I'm just going to check in to see if Dawn is having issues, see if I can't catch her attention. I should check my email, huh? Nothing yet. Okay. I'm hoping she's able to hop back on. We were just getting ready to jump in there, you know, and talk about some, you know, I had some great questions lined up for her about her techniques. And of course, you know, I got to pause and say hello to my lovely mother. Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. And then, of course, let me just put up some of the comments that you guys are also putting in the show. And Miss Georgia, the Phoenix is rising. Boy, isn't that the truth? Phoenix is rising. There is out of the ashes, right? So there's some lots of stuff happening and going on, and I always say out of the chaos there is some birthing, and although things get out of whack with these energies, there is something beautiful is coming. Something beautiful is birthing right now through this chaos. So let's hold that space for the beauty to come through. And Darlene, of course, is saying, yes, sending light and love to Cali and Vegas. Absolutely. And thank you all for joining me in sending energy and lots of love to the folks in California, in Vegas, and with the hurricane ravaged locations, Texas, Florida, Puerto Rico, and then Mexico also had 2 back-to-back horrendous, devastating earthquakes. And I'm sure there's events around the world that I am missing as well. So if we just hold that collective space of love and energy. And as Laura was saying, as Dawn was saying, I saw Laura's her name in the on the Peace, Love, Joy, and Bliss show. And so I saw her and I was like, oh, Laura. But as you can see, lots going on. There's so much going on, but you know, holding the space of love so that we can get through these difficult times that's the answer, folks. Gotta hold the space in love. Dawn was talking about that, holding the space of love. And that's how we kind of ground and get back to ourselves. I'm gonna send her a quick note. Let's see if she's able to get back on. We were just getting to the really good part. I mean, her activation was awesome, but I had so many questions I wanted to ask her, and I know you did too. And now she is in Hawaii. I think she said she was in Maui. She might be having some internet issues. And of course, you know, if we have to, I definitely can do another, we can do another show with Dawn, because very interesting lady there, and with her sound healing. I want to hear more, and I want you to hear more. So, yes, let me bring her back on. Give me one moment, folks, if y'all would just sit tight. And I want to thank you for hanging in there with us. So, Dawn, can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes. 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 Yes.
Boy, I want to mention one thing. The frequencies that come through my voice are beyond this planet. It is known to short out circuits. So please know we're working with source energy. Okay?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes. Dawn,
can you hear me?
You are back because, I was just talking about your amazing sound healing and that we had some questions here for you.
Okay.
So let's jump back in to the questions. And you're starting to talk about bringing more peace and harmony to our planet now, and how your sound healing, how do you do that?
Well, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, so the energy is channeled through me. Hold on a second. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so the energy is channeled through me directly from source or God. I don't bring in anything other than high vibration, okay? And I've been doing this work for many years. It's called, I call it downloading myself with frequencies that I've been working on for many years. And with doing so, it's allowed me to work with more and more people over the years. I didn't start out working with groups worldwide and globally and doing these types of activations over the internet or wherever I'm at. It's taken me time to be able to absorb these energies that have been downloaded with me. So all I can say is I never knew I had this gift many years ago. It just kind of found me, okay? And with doing so, I channel it through myself, and people feel it beyond words. I mean, I could sit here and make no sound and still bring in the energy frequencies. But the human beings, we like to hear things. I'm not saying that some people who come to me, I cannot hear it all. So I will just channel energy to them without speaking. But most people, people couldn't have a 30-minute session with me, Donna, and I can move mountains with people because I don't need to speak a lot of words just to do my work, So it's bringing in very high frequencies of source, which were all created from God or source. There's no religion here. I'm not bringing in religion. I'm just bringing in a pure vibration of energy, and it comes through me. You hear this? You okay?
That's beautiful.
Yeah, the energy comes through me, and then people just feel it, and they absorb what they can handle. So everybody is unique and different. So just know that you're going to receive your highest good, and it helps people ground. So of course, if you're more peaceful and you're grounded in your body, people are going to feel that. They're going to want to be around you more. They're going to want to love you more. They're going to want to hang out with you more. Absolutely. So that's just the way it is.
Absolutely. So that's kind of an indicator, would you say, where, when you have people where you walk into a room and, people can feel your energy. We can feel each other's energy.
No better, no worse. I mean, people can feel, everybody's psychic to a certain extent to know if you're having a bad day or not. I mean, you can kind of tell. People move away from you. If you're stressed out, I don't think a lot of people are going to want to hang out with you at that moment. So if we could be more centered and grounded in our physical bodies, of course people are going to want to be around us more because they're going to say, I want some of that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we spoke earlier you spoke earlier about you can also work with animals and children too, correct? So we lost her sound again. Don, we lost your sound again, and those frequencies. She's putting off a lot of frequencies for us because the internet, we've lost her sound again. So if you want to drop back and come right back in, feel free to do that. I'll go solo here. And we'll just have you pivot there for me. And she's going to, before she drops off and comes back in, she's going to just kind of see if she can fix the sound. Okay. We got a lot of this going on. Trinity, yes, you did. Trinity had said, such unrest across the globe. The paradigm shift is beyond surreal, already fourfold, and the vibrational frequency sound of creator is and will be heard. Yes, absolutely. So true. So true. And of course, you know, with the sound energy and the sound healing that she puts out, you can imagine what your animals, you know, she's working with your animals, what that would do for them. Because, you know, our animals, as you know, us animal lovers, if you have dogs or cats or whatever, birds, you know that your precious beloved can feel the those vibrations, and they pick up on that as well. So looks like she's going to hop back in, maybe here. Oh, let's see, there she is. Let's see if I can't get her back on. Dawn,
Can you hear me?
yes.
Okay, I apologize, everybody, but what can I do? It's just let me know if anything happens and you can't hear me, okay? But let's keep going with it. I'm with you, Donna. Thank you for your being patient.
Right on, not a problem. So you were talking about animals and working with animals and children, and I was just saying, you know, with our beloved pets, of course, our pets can pick up on that type of energy as well. So can you expand on that for us?
Yes, I work with children, usually children that are 5 or older, because I like to get, I'm a very integrity healer, and I like to get consent somewhat from the child, because most of the work that I do with children are kids, I find, with a lot of ADD problems or just a lot of behavioral problems. And I have a tendency, people buy my CDs and play them in the background for children, but people also hire me to work with their children. And I make sound and actually help the energy of the child ground in their bodies. And as children, just like adults, sometimes they're not grounded in their bodies.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
you know,
with doing so,
there's so much going on in the world. I mean, they're feeling the energies as well.
Oh, no doubt. They're very sensitive. Children and pets are very clear vessels, and they're not mucked up with a lot. So they may not be totally conscious to it, but they do feel it. And, you know, depending on their circumstance, I work with children that have trauma, you know, have had traumas. I've worked with children who have abuse. And sad to say, but I can help them. And if the parents find me, however magical ways it happens, usually word of mouth or on the internet somewhere, I work with the children, and I can make a lot of differences in their life in a very short period of time, like usually within 30 minutes of doing a session with me. So I don't work with a lot of children, but I do work with children at times. And I do have ability to help children and adults with chronic sleep issues as well. I can help people with that. And I help children with that also. Insomnia issues.
Nice.
So,
nice.
And the pets, and as far as...
I'm sorry, Don, I was just going to ask you, do you have, like, do any of your CDs are focused directly for children, or is that more one-on-one process?
No, you could, my Discover Sound Healing CD, that's all over the internet on Amazon. People play usually loop my CDs in the background, usually lightly, and children, when they're sleeping, they'll actually loop my even me speaking very lightly, as frequencies that help people heal, including children, on very deep levels. Just listening to my CD with headphones or earbuds is basically all you need to do. And it's only like 30 minutes. Nice. It's miraculous. Yeah.
Awesome. That's awesome.
So I like to go a little bit deeper. People will hire me usually for a 30-minute session, and I can really do a lot of deep work unconsciously with people, because a lot of times with children, they're very unconscious of what's going on. So I just kind of go through it and just find out, you know, wherever their blocks are in their unconscious mind or their physical bodies, and actually just release it. And it's amazing how people can shift in minutes.
Yes.
Including children, by the way.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
in the blink of an eye, for sure. Hey, Dawn, how does your work, how does your work help with relationship issues, and how does it help to make relationships better?
Absolutely. Well, if we could be calm in our bodies and not be all over the place, because a lot of people are, like I said, they're feeling the world. I mean, it's kind of hard. It's a very challenging time, even for myself. I mean, I'm feeling the world myself. So I have to sit in nature and actually ground myself on this planet at times. But people who can ground their life force energy into their physical bodies is going to feel peace in their bodies. They're going to feel more focused. They're going to have a clear mind. They're not going to be all over the place. And people, like I said, are psychic, including our loved ones, our spouses, our children, are going to want to be around us more. It sounds so simple, but it is so true, you know? And with doing so, we're talking just simple grounding of our life force energy, which we did in the beginning of this today, our show, will help a lot with that. And I work with people just training the body to handle this frequency of really who we truly are. It's a higher frequency than normally our body is. I don't try to get too technical, but it takes a process sometimes for us to get used to holding our own energy in our body. I'm not saying we don't have energy now. This is just our true life force energy of our highest vibration of who we truly are. That actually usually hovers way above our head. So I like to bring the energy into the body.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. And
it's,
what about your sound healing for pain, for folks who are in chronic pain or who have some pain issues? How does your work, how does your sound healing work with them?
It's miraculous. That's what I'm known for globally. I didn't put the label on myself, but I've been working with doctors all over the world now. And people are just finding me, just realizing that sound is more powerful than people realize. But it's not just the sound, Donna, that comes through my voice that actually helps with pain. It's my ability. I've been doing this work for many years. I know how to move energy with the sound through the body and actually get rid of blockage as I see it. So I'm a I call it dimensional healer. I can see all different levels of a person when I'm tuned into somebody and working. So I see the blockage like a drain, like a clogged drain in the sink. I just move my sound through that area and it dissipates the energy. So then the energy can start flowing freely, and that pain or whatever they were feeling is now gone. And I'm not saying that people don't have deeper issues of pain. I do work with the unconscious mind, and I do a lot of trauma clearings of people of unconscious traumas, which has a lot to do sometimes with pain in their body. And I want to mention, I also work with people's belief systems of, a lot of people are like sponges, and we don't realize that we're picking up belief systems of somebody else's beliefs of pain in their body. So I have to clear people of other people's stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
And I do that all the time. So sometimes we just pick up people's stuff and we don't even know it, and it creates a blockage in our body. And then I have to go in and just clear it out. I don't spend a lot of time. I will speak words of wisdom if it's something that you're creating on your own. Sometimes you need to know what you're doing unconsciously so you don't keep creating it, because I can get rid of the pain. But if you're still doing it when I get done working with you, I didn't really help you. So I let people know the wisdom of where the pain is coming from. So you have conscious choice or free will to do what you want to do beyond our session. And I always say we're always responsible for our own energy 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, where we put our energies, where we put our thoughts. And if you have a healing session with the healer, you have to know that the healer has done their job. You felt good after the session. Now, I usually do is empower people after the sessions and show them what they need to do so they can keep their energy feeling good. So it's not just a 30-minute good session and then it goes back to being the way it was.
Right. For sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome that you can work with people and work with them deeply so that they can remove those past issues. And because we hold that pain in we hold those emotions, which means we're holding that pain. We're in our bodies. They just get trapped.
But sometimes we don't know what we're doing. We don't even know that we're doing it. We don't know where it's come from. So I am an intuitive as well. I have a toolbox of gifts. So when I'm tuning into you on so many different levels at one time, including a soul level. I actually can tune into your soul, and your soul tells me what's going on with you. So beyond me making sound and seeing clouds, I'm actually tuning into on a soul level, actually hearing it from your higher self, what's really going on. And that's how I could be very efficient and work with people in like 30-minute sessions, because I'll say, this is what's going on. This is what's happening here. This person, you know, is causing this pain in your body. I'm not saying it happens all the time, but sometimes it happens. Sometimes we know somebody's causing pain in our body. I don't know why it happens. It just happens. But I will let you know that that's where it's coming from. And it's your choice if you choose to hang out with this person or allow it to happen. And then at that point, Donna, will show people how to create stronger boundaries in your energy field. So you can still be, if you choose to be around this person, or if you have to work with this person, whatever the case is, you can still create a stronger boundary with your energy. Be loving, but not allow the world to come inside your energy field. So that's really a lot of my work, is really showing people how to keep contained in themselves. Okay. And that's really important right now. Absolutely. Is to keep your energy totally with you and not with everybody else. And that's going to create more peace in your body as well.
Well, yes. So Don, let me ask you, with everything that's going on, I mean, there's so much going on. You know, there's the fires in California now. Mm-hmm. There's Vegas that just happened last week. And of course, the hurricanes and the earthquakes in Mexico. With all of that just happening in relatively just weeks of each other, some of them days of each other. But with all of that, and you know, we're bombarded with that type of stuff, all that information. No doubt, we've got to be holding in some of that type of energy as well for what's going on.
And you're feeling everybody's stuff as well. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, there's a lot of high frequency coming to our planet right now to heal our planet, because I'm feeling it. But I also know it's affecting our planet, and it might sound like chaos or look like chaos that's happening on our planet. But there's also a gift always behind chaos that we don't even know.
That's right.
I'm not saying that it's creative, but I also know that there's so much high frequency that our planet in some ways has to absorb this frequency, that these shifts are happening for a reason, to raise consciousness and awareness of every living being on this planet, which is actually going to help this planet heal for years to come. So I want people to know that the main thing is just really try to stay in our heart center as much as we can, and breathe more. Breathe into our heart chakra more, and stay out of our mind as much as possible, because our minds have a tendency to want to think about 100 million things at a time. If we could just come here, think about your heart, and just take a few moments to breathe into your heart center. That's going to get you out of here. This is what you want to get out of here. You want to stay more heart centered. And breathe. Yes. If you have a chance, and you can actually sit on our planet and do this, you're going to feel a significant shift in yourself. And you could do this anytime. It doesn't take hours to ground yourself or center yourself in your heart chakra. And believe it or not, that's going to train yourself also to come from here, which you don't want to be. You want to be more in your body and grounded in your heart chakra. And that's just very simple. You could do that anytime.
Absolutely. We are getting to the point where we need to separate the head and the heart and get into the heart and to our heart spaces and just ground.
Yes.
And think of the, you know, of love, but come to this part, you know. And I think we forget to do that.
Well, we're programmed. I mean, we're wired to go, 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 go. Got 100 million things to do. And I'm not saying that, you know, I'm one of those people. I just have I have a busy schedule too. I don't sit in nature all the time, but I do want to mention one thing. I do make time on my calendar to do so, where I can't be of service to anybody else if I don't take care of myself first. My morning ritual is I find time every day to spend an hour on working on myself, because if I don't, I can't be of service to anybody else. And it's so important. So I'm not saying you have to spend an hour, but, you know, maybe you need to take a couple breaks during the day. And actually, I always tell people, get out of this cement block that you're in and try to find a place in nature and sit on the ground of the earth, because the ground of the earth will actually ground you. And actually, you will feel it if you're open enough, the subtle energies that will bring peace to you.
Yeah.
I feel it all the time. I sit on earth when I need, I need to ground or whatever. I'm receiving frequencies sometimes and they're downloaded in me. And sometimes I need a half a day to receive this. And I sit on earth and I might have a full schedule, but I have to honor that. I live my work. This is what I do.
Yes, absolutely. That's beautiful. You're right. Just take some time to 5-10 minutes, go sit on the ground and put your feet on, put your butt on the ground, put your hands on the ground and just, feel that and relax.
I think a lot of people need that. They think they need to do something in order to change this planet. And really it comes down to the simple basics. We need to work with ourselves first. Absolutely. And with doing so, that's going to change a lot around us, and it sounds so minute and so small, but believe it or not, changing ourselves changes a lot. It changes what we attract in our life.
That is absolutely true. Yes. So Dawn, I'm going to ask you before we wrap up here, and of course, I want to thank you for being on the show and bringing your wisdom and your wonderful process, your sound healing process to us today. Thank you for that. I'm so appreciative.
Well, we blew the computer out. It's happened before.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's electronic. Yeah.
I'm sure. Well, as you said, we probably need to have more time anyhow on another topic for sure. But I definitely want to thank you for that. But for your services and products, what's the best way for people to get in touch with you?
All you have to do is just go under my website, Dawn Crystal, like my name, DawnCrystalHealing.com. I offer a lot of discounts to my work. And I do have a Get Out of Pain program that I sell on my website, which has 10 MP3s of me making sound and healing different areas of the body. And if you purchase the package B, which includes a 30-minute session with me, it is highly discounted. And you also do receive some free bonuses with that too. And it's a good intro way to try my work and see what I do.
Absolutely. So Dawn Crystal Healing, DawnCrystalHealing.com. That's the website. And of course, I just put it up there for folks so that you have that to reference. Do take advantage of going back through this replay, folks, because she did a wonderful sound healing. I shouldn't say Dawn actually did the crown to the root and just gave us some really good vibrations.
some good grounding energy to our beautiful planet.
Absolutely. So visit that often and ground and help the planet that way. You doing your part, helping yourself does your part for helping others, for sure. Yes. Any words of wisdom before we part?
Everybody, just try to be loving and try to. I like to just tell people. I just tell people that try to keep the news as much as you can to a minimum. I mean, I kind of find that when people listen to it, it really disrupts our energy fields. I'm not saying that we're not curious and stuff, but I just kind of find that, with myself, I just try to keep that minimum. If I need to know something, I'll tune in on, read something, the newspaper. But I really think it's just really not worrying about so much and really being in a low vibration, saying why this, why that, and being the victim. I think we can empower ourselves by really just staying and breathing more and staying more heart-centered and breathing in our heart chakra and really working on ourselves. I've been doing this work for many years, and I know that I could shift and change thousands of people without even knowing me, just by staying at a high vibration of love.
Absolutely. Yes. Well, thank you. Thank you for that. And Dawn, again, I want to thank you for being a guest on the Peace, Love, Joy, and Bliss Transformation Show. Thank you. Thank you for taking lovely time out of your day to visit with us. And so we're very grateful for you. Thank you. And again, folks, make sure you visit her website, DawnCrystalHealing.com, and take advantage of her programs, her CDs, lots of healings that we need to do in this world. So definitely take advantage of that. Well, we're going to say good night, and thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you all for being here. Dawn, thank you once again. And I look forward to having you back on the show. So we definitely got to do that. Now we know how everything works. So we'll do that.
Dawn, I want to thank you for having me, and thank you for doing what you're doing. You're helping the planet just in your own way by raising our own consciousness awareness.
Thank you.
With everybody you have on your shows.
Thank you for that, Dawn. I appreciate you, and thank you for that. So we're going to say good night, everyone. Good night.
Aloha.
Aloha. Yes. Aloha.